Again, two minutes. I'm going to start with you, Mr. Blum.
I'd just like to say in closing, I think I've got about 20,000 windshield miles on the Constitution van. And as I travel across eastern Iowa and listen to the people, they're upset. And that's putting it mildly. A lot of them are angry with Washington, D.C. They're afraid of Washington, D.C. Much like they were in Indiana, probably with Senator Richard Lugar. We're seeing it all over the country. I think this election, I think we're at a tipping point in this country because this country is broken. This election is probably the biggest election of our lifetime. So, my favorite definition of insanity is Einstein's definition. And that is, if we do the same thing tomorrow that we did today, yet expect different results, that is patently insane. So I'll leave you with this thought. What kind of person, if we want to change Washington, if we think Washington's broken and we really want to change it, what kind of a candidate do you want to send to Washington, D.C.? Do you want to send somebody that's going to be there for a 30-year career? Do you want to send somebody that's going to go there and take the $175,000 salary that they get paid to become a multi-millionaire? I pledge to take the salary of the average American if I'm elected, $39,366. I pledge to, I will term limit myself. I've already signed the pledge to 3 terms in Congress. We have to send a different kind of a candidate because we have serious problems in this country. So I'd like to leave you with that thought. I respectfully, very respectfully, ask for your vote on June 5th. And God bless you all. And God bless America. We need it.
Mr. Lange.
Well, let me say thank you to the 5 seasoned Republican women. Thank you to KCRG for broadcasting this. And thank you for all attending tonight. Because this is important. This is important that you get involved, and the fact that you take the time here matters. As you can see from tonight, there's not a lot of differences on the policy. You know, it appears my opponent has been articulating many of the same conservative principles that I've been talking about for years. So the question becomes, who can win? Who can win in November? And I would just ask you, who's more likely to win? The candidate that's built a grassroots support of over 200 county leaders across the district. Who's more likely to win? A candidate that's put forward a steering committee consisting of Republican activists, Tea Party activists, business leaders, elected officials. Who's more likely to win? A candidate that not only competes on all fronts, but also competes on the fundraising front. Who's more likely to win? A candidate that's taken upon himself to build an early voting program so that conservatives don't have to wake up the day after election and wonder, how did we lose? Because we are addressing the problem. Because you've got to compete on all fronts. It's not just about standing up here and giving fiery speeches. You've got to be willing to go out and put the work in. You've got to be willing to go out and put the time in. You've got to be willing to go out and walk in the parades, go to the chicken suppers, the soup dinners. And why is that? Because you guys, you all are making an investment in a candidate. And the question becomes, who is best able to win in November? And there is no doubt, on all fronts, every single one, we are better prepared as an organization to take on Bruce Braley. We are better prepared to go win in November. And that matters to you all. Because if we can't remove Bruce Braley from office, it doesn't matter who we put there. I just want to say, again, it's time we send a new generation of leaders. We have to send them there to Washington, D.C., because we can't rely on these suits to continue to make our decisions for us.
Thank you, Mr. Blum. Mr. Lange, this is our system, I believe, at its